Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and this video is going to be embarrassing stories that did truly happen to me. Okay, my whole life is embarrassing, but these are just some, clips and stuff. Not clips, but, some things that happened to me, okay? When I was 3 or 4 years old, my family went to Canada because they got family up there, whatever, and I either had woken up from, like, a nap or I was, like, playing, and then, like, I wanted to go outside because that's where all, like, the adults were. And I remember I was wearing, like, a white tank top and I think, like, white shorts. And I remember, like, they had, like, the screen door or whatever. So I was, like, running, like, wanting to go outside with my parents or whatever. And then, boom, I hit the door and I fell back. But, like, I didn't cry because I was, like, I was so confused. I was, like, did I just, like, hit the door? Like, did the door hit me? Like, did something wrong here? Like, and why are you trapping me inside and not letting me go outside? So everybody that was in the kitchen, they, like, picked me up and they're like, "Are you okay?" And, like, honestly, I don't even remember crying. Like, I just wanted to get outside. So there's that. Next one, I was in kindergarten, and I remember in kindergarten they had, like, 2 classes. Like, you can go in the morning or the afternoon, and I went in the morning from, like, 8 to, like, 12 p.m., something like that. And then I remember I had to use the bathroom, so I came home and I had to use the bathroom and the toilet seat was up. And I didn't, like, really have that much common sense. So I was like, well, a toilet seat's a toilet seat, so might as well just go pee. So then I ended up, like, going to the bathroom with the toilet seat up, and then I was, like, sitting, like, on the edge of it because I was, like, trying not to fall into it, and lo and behold, guess what happened? I fall into it, and then I start screaming and crying and kicking because I honestly thought the toilet was going to eat me and I was going to get flushed down the toilet. And then I started, like, crying and stuff, and, like, my mom came in, and I kid you not, like, I took a shower. Like, I remember, like, right when I got home, I took a shower, and I did not even get out the bath until, like, 3 p.m. So, like, I was, like, I don't know, I was just very scared, I guess, because, and never again did I made this sure the toilet seat was down before I ever, I don't even use the toilet. I just squat, so, because germs and everything. Okay, anyways. So then, that was kindergarten. First grade, this is, like, the most, I think, embarrassing thing that ever happened, and I honestly cannot believe I'm going to say this, but, like, I was in first grade, and had to use the bathroom, like, really badly. So, I was like, "Can I use the bathroom?" And she was like, "Well, can you wait a little bit? Like, we're just reading this, and we're going to all go to the bathroom as a class trip." And I was like, "I don't even like none of y'all, so therefore, I have to go to the bathroom by myself." So I was like, "No, I want to go by myself." She's like, "Okay, go ahead." So in my old elementary school, they had pink tiles for both bathrooms. I don't know why, but they did. So I was, like, standing there, and I obviously still could not read boys from girls. Like, I tried to sound it out, but, like, I had to pee so bad, like, I was not thinking. So I did eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and then that honestly didn't even help me because, that wasn't going to tell me which bathroom was, it for me. So then I ended up, like, going back to the classroom. I did not use the bathroom, but I sat down, and then they all went to the bathroom, and obviously I acted like I already went, so, they wouldn't suspect anything. And I had these red, like, stretchy pants on. Yes, you can just picture this all happening. So I was sitting down, and, like, they had, like, another teacher there. So I, like, raised my hand, and she was like, the whole class, I think it was, like, 2 other people in the classroom because, like, everyone else went to the bathroom. So I, like, raised my hand, and then she's like, "Yes," and then, like, I stood up, and then you just see, like, this wet spot all over. Like, I peed my pants. Like, I honestly could not hold it. She's like, "I thought you used the bathroom," and I was like, "I did." And then she's like, "Did you go to the bathroom?" And I was like, "I did. Like, look, I peed on myself." And then she was like, "Okay, you have to go to the office." So I went to the office, and then I got sent home because obviously I was not about to wear nobody's, like, nasty underwear or nasty pants that they don't even belong to me, and they weren't going to give me anything, and obviously I was not going to walk around all day like that. So I got sent home, and then yes, I hope you guys are laughing because that was very traumatizing for me. And then again with first grade, I remember I used to not feel good every single day, and I would used to like get sent home like on the daily. And then the one time I was like, I really don't feel good. Can I go to the office? And I was like, I'm going home. She's like, if you don't want, if she was, if there's something that wrong with you, you shouldn't be coming to school every day. I was like, yeah, well, my parents are like making me come to school because they don't want me to miss any days. She goes, well, technically you are missing days because you are coming for like half the day. And I was like, yeah, but it still counts as half the day. So half the day is better than nothing. So there was that. And that was first grade. I believe it was second grade. I have never admitted this to anyone, and I can't believe I'm doing it now. But in second grade, we were all like reading at like carpet time or something, or like reading time or book time. I don't know, sometime. And I had to fart so freaking bad, okay? And I was like trying to hold it in, but then like it would not. I couldn't hold it, you know? So I was like holding it in, and I accidentally like moved like in a like I don't know, I guess I moved, and then you heard it, and then like and then like the teacher stopped reading and she looked directly at me like she knew what was going on, and I was like, and everyone like starts like, assuming who did it, like trying to hear where they got it from. I blamed it on the person next to me, and I don't know who it was, but the blame was on you. Okay, so I was just like, oh, it wasn't me. I was like, I don't do that, and when I do, it smells like roses. Okay, it didn't even smell though. Like I promise you guys, it didn't smell, but you just heard it, and everyone was like dying laughing, and then like the teacher even laughed. And I was just like looking, and then I looked at her, and like my eyes kind of started watering because like I wanted her like not to say anything. So she was like, okay, guys, calm down. It all happens to everyone. And at this point, I was like, I'm not the only one that does this. So I got so happy. But, yeah, never again am I admitting that. So, yeah, okay. The next one, that was what, second grade? Fifth grade, I think. I had cut my bangs, and I did not know what a straightener was. So I had like curly bangs up here, and I just didn't know why or what was going on with my life. Fourth grade, actually, it's not really embarrassing, but I think it was like OGT week or something like that, and like my fourth grade teacher had Cotton Eye Joe playing, and excuse me, and she was like dancing with like people in the hallway. So I was like, oh my god, like that's so not cool. And then she ended up like grabbing me, and like we started like doing the dance, and I was like, ha ha ha. But I got like chocolate chip muffins after, so I was like, yeah. Okay. So moving on to middle school. Seventh grade, it was picture day, and I had gotten these earrings, and they had stars in them because I used to like being called Star. I don't know why. I don't know what was wrong with me, so just ignore that. So I ended up getting these stars, and like in the star, it had another star in it. And I remember I was on my way to take pictures, and I remember I had a South Pole hoodie on. It was all black, and the letters were silver, and it said South Pole, and it was like really shiny. It was brand new. And then I think I had a green shirt on with my South Pole pants. They had South Pole written on the butt. Those were the ones that I went to basketball tryouts with, and I failed miserably. And I think I had them like rolled up too. I don't really remember. That was for the basketball, not for like the pictures. And I remember I was on my way to pictures, and I was like, trying to, attempt to look good. And then the earring in the middle fell out, so I was left with like 3 stars. And I was like, oh, I can't take a picture like this. Like, this is picture day. Like, it's going to be in the yearbook. And, like, oh, that's so embarrassing. So I ended up taking out both earrings, and then I ended up taking a picture without any earrings on because it would just look silly, dumb, and weird. Moving on. 8th grade. We went to DC, and I was dressed like a marshmallow. I kid you not, I had a bra on, I had 3 tank tops on, I had 6 shirts, I had like a light hoodie on, and then like a bigger hoodie on, and then a jacket. So I was walking around like this, like I was a mushroom, not a mushroom, a freaking marshmallow. And I had a hat on, and I had I think 3 pairs of socks on because they were like, it's about to be cold, and I like took caution. I was like, I don't like being cold, so no. So we ended up going to DC and whatever, and on our way there, I ended up getting sick. I got a little cold. But on our way there, on the bus ride, they had like 3 TVs, like one here, and one here. I was sitting underneath the last TV up here. Okay, so every time I got up, my head would hit the TV. I honestly hit it 245 times. That's how much of a life I have. I counted how many times I got hit in the head. And it was just so annoying, okay? Because I would always, like, get up and I would be like, oh, okay, I'm free. And then I would, like, stand up and boom, I would hit it. So there's that. And then I remember it was our first night there. So it was our first morning there. So we, like, ended up spending the night there. Obviously, you spent the night there. So then we wake up, and then they, like, pound on the freaking door, and it scared me. And I, like, jumped up in the air. Like, I kid you not. Like, I, like, freaky. I, like, freaking jumped up, and then I hit the person that was next to me, and, like, she ended up jumping, and then she ended up being awake after, so she's like, I'll get the door, and then I was like, I'm so sorry, and, like, I felt so bad, because, like, I kicked her right out of her sleep, but then it wasn't my fault, because they knocked on the door really, really hard. Not my fault. But the first night that we got there, they had a George Washington picture next to, like, one of the beds, and I kid you not, like, I was staring at this George Washington picture like no other. Like, my eyes were, like this. Like, I was just, like, not moving my eyes and everything, and then I thought, like, I saw his eyes moved, okay? Like, they had, like, some kind of cameras in there, and I was just like, no, like, this person, like, they have cameras all up in this room. I'm not about to change in this room. And whatnot. And then, everyone, like, in the room was, like, laughing at me because they were like, it's just a picture, it's not moving. And I was like, no, just look at it. And then they all kind of joked on me, and they're like, oh my god, it moved. And I was like, oh, see, I told you. And I got, like, so freaked out. Like, I honestly would not, like, I tried to avoid the picture as much as possible. So there was that, and then I think that's it for 8th grade. I'm not really sure. Maybe, oh yeah, 8th grade, we went to Lakeview Cemetery. Don't ask me why they take 8th graders to a cemetery, okay, because I would not have the answer to it. They took us there, and it was just I'm not good with, like, death kind of things. So for me, going there, it was just a big step, and I was like, I need to get over my fear. Yeah, well, that backfired quickly. Because I ended up going and whatever, and then all these, like, headstones that I was around, it said Mary. That's my name. And I was like, oh my god. And I started getting really paranoid, and I started, like, freaking out. So this kid decided to be funny. And I was standing with, like, I was standing like this, so my back was facing that way. He ended up laying on the floor, and around the ones that said my name on it, he, like, grabbed my ankle. And I broke the hell out. I don't even think "froke" is a word, okay? But I freaked the heck out, okay? And I just started screaming, and I wasn't crying, but I was, like, I was just terrified. I was just so scared that someone was, like, actually coming for me because they knew that I had their name or something. I don't know. He ended up grabbing my ankle, and I started freaking out. And I stepped back on his fingers with, like, my other leg, because you're not about to take me with you, okay? I'm too young, okay? So I stepped on his fingers, and he started, like, got up real quick, and he was, like, holding his hands. I was like, you should have never done that. And then he was all like, I did it to be funny, like, blah, blah, blah. I did it to scare you and everything. And I was like, that's not even funny. Like, that is terrifying. So we got a kick out of that. Like, well, he did, I didn't. But that was so scary for me. But then after that, I tried the Bloody Mary. I don't know if, like, most of you guys probably know what that is. You go into the bathroom, you say her name 3 times, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, and then she's supposed to appear in the mirror. I did that. She didn't appear for me or anything like that. But it was so weird, because after I was done, like, doing that, I came out, and I ended up having bruises on my arms and my thighs. And I was just so scared. I called up my friend. I was like, yo, like, go do this and see if you get bruises. And, like, nothing happened. So I was just like, oh god, she's after me or something. I don't know. It wasn't embarrassing doing that, but it was, like, really scary. So y'all should go try it out. But yeah, so there's that. Honestly, I don't think anything happened like embarrassing. Oh, okay, yeah. Freshman year, we had to take swimming class. Like it was separated into three parts of gym. You had to take swimming, aerobics, and like another kind of gym, like a regular kind of gym. So for the swimming part, I don't know how to swim. Like I've never learned how to swim, and I don't want to learn how to swim because I'm not about to swim in waters that I don't know, like, to swim in. So uh so he was like, you guys are gonna swim, like blah blah blah, and I was like, I don't know who you're talking to, but I know I ain't gonna swim. So me being the hard head that I am, I didn't. But then the one time he like really made me, he was like, put on flippers and uh go in the water, and I was like, I can't even walk on my 2 feet, let alone flippers in water that I can't even swim in. And then he was all like, just do it. So I put on the damn flippers and then, or whatever the frick they're called. And then I go in and I was just walking. And then he's like, swim. He's like, actually, like, tilt your body in and then just go for it. And I was like, the embarrassing part of that part, like that story, was the fact that I was the only one in 3 feet of water, and everyone else was like in 6 feet, and all the way over there. And then there were people on the bleachers, so I was the only one just swimming back and forth. And he was like walking with me, like talking to me. He's like, how do you not know how to swim? I was like, I don't know, it just never crossed my mind that I need to swim. And then he's like, yeah, well, you need to, you never know what's gonna happen. I was like, yeah, you never know when your freaking swim teacher is gonna be like, put on flippers and freaking flip around, when everyone's staring at you. And that's the point that I realized, like, I don't care what people think about me, because it was just so silly and just whatever. And then you smell like chlorine all day, can't be smelling like chlorine when, you want to get some boys, you know what I'm saying? Okay, anyways, so 10th grade, I don't really think anything embarrassing happened in 10th grade. I honestly vaguely remember 10th grade. Honestly, I completely forgot that I even was in 10th grade. 11th grade, it was just like a dramatic year for me, I guess. Okay. Actually, I think it was in 7th grade. Some girl did not like me because I was pretty. Like, she wanted to beat me up because I was pretty. Like, I never understood that concept because, like, a bunch of people are like, she wants to beat you up, she wants to fight you. And I was like, I don't even know who she is. Like, I have never seen her in my life before. And they were like, she confronted me, and she was like, I just don't like you. She goes, I think you're pretty, and I just want to smash your face in the floor so that way you don't have to look like you look like. And I was like, okay, like, you got some issues, girl. You need to go fix that. Go somewhere else with that ish. And it's just like, I was just like, you want to beat me up because I'm pretty? Like, it didn't even make any sense, because at that point I didn't think that I was pretty, and I didn't think that I was, I just didn't, that never crossed my mind that, hey, like, someone wants to beat me up because I'm pretty. Like, yeah, like, no. But yeah, there are times, when I was walking, like, when I would walk in the hallway, I would always trip over nothing. And I would always, like, I never fell, but I always tripped. Like, it was just so bad. Fast forward to senior year. Senior year, oh, my goodness. No, it wasn't senior year. It was junior year, my bad. Junior year, I was out, and I looked really cute that day. I am not even going to lie. I had a zebra shirt on. I had my skirt. I had these really cute leggings on. And I had my boots on, and my hair was all straightened and everything. I looked good, okay? So I thought I looked good. So I was outside coloring, doing a project that we were supposed to present that day in English, and then it was right around prom time. And at school, they have this Grim Reaper thing that walks around, and it takes people with him or whatever, and they have like a pizza party or something. I don't know, someone told me they have a pizza party. And then I was like coloring this thing, and then I look up, and then I see this thing, like this huge thing. He has a big head, and then like he's like walking down the hallway and everything. And I was like, is that even allowed in school? And then like they're like, oh yeah, that's that Grim Reaper thing. So I was like, what Grim Reaper thing? Like, I've never noticed it before. Why is it coming this way? So it ended up, like, crossing this way. So I knew if he crossed this way, he was going to come this way, and this is where I was. So I remember I went back into the classroom, and I told my teacher, I was like, yo, there's this Grim Reaper thing outside, and it has a big head and everything. She's like, oh, yeah, that's for prom. And I was like, the fuck does prom have to do with this? And then she was all like, oh, it's just for fun. And I was like, fun? And she's like, are you scared of it? I was like, yeah. That's why I'm in here. She's like, don't worry about it. She goes, it won't hurt you. Just go inside. I kid you not. I was all up against the locker, and I was, like, coloring like this. So I would see if it came this way or this way, and it ended up coming this way. And I, like, went in the classroom, and it was trying to come into the classroom, I think. Or, like, it, like, kind of peeked its head in. And I was like, oh, shit, this thing is fucking following me and everything. And then it went away, and then I hid behind the staircase. Like, there was a staircase across from my English room. So it was right here. This is the staircase, and this is the room. So I hid behind the staircase, and I was like, oh, shit, like, it's about to come again. It's coming. Ooh, don't let it see me and everything. And then, obviously, it did not see me, and I was trying to dodge it, and I went in the girls' bathroom, and I, like, locked myself in the girls' bathroom at lunch because this thing was out and about during lunch trying to get people, and I was not about to have it, okay? So I locked the stall door, and I locked the door, and I was like, tell me when it's over, because my friend was with me. So she was all like, I was like, go outside and let me know if it passed by or anything. She's all like, it's not going to even realize you. She goes, just calm down. I was like, shh, you don't know that, okay? And I was like, this thing's been following me all day. She's like, it hasn't been following you. It's just going around. I was like, okay, well, it's not like, you know, it's a coincidence how whenever I'm at lunch, this thing has to happen to appear at lunch. She was like, because that's the whole point. And I was like, no. So that was quite embarrassing. And everybody in the room was like laughing. And they were all trying to scare me and everything. But luckily, it was only for one day. So I was okay. And then I swore, like, I was like next year I'm going to skip this day. Like, whenever this day comes, I'm not going to come to school that day. And then I ended up going that day because I didn't know what day it was. So my senior year. So yeah, senior year, nothing really embarrassing happened for me. Not that I, like, really remember or anything like that. It just kind of, senior year goes by so fast, like, dang. But yeah, I think the most embarrassing thing senior year that I can honestly think of is when graduation day, and, you know, you have on your little cap and your gown, and you're, you know, looking so fly that you want to leave school. Ooh, that sounds like a good rap. Ooh, okay. So I remember I was seated by people I didn't even know, like, existed that go to my school. So I was like, didn't even let you go to the school. But anyways, so I was going, and then they called out my name and whatever, and I'm like, yeah. So they gave me the thing, and they wanted to take a picture. And I forgot that you're supposed to take a picture when they hand you, like, the diploma. So I was like this, and I, like, tried to move, and they're like, oh. I was like, oh. So then I take a picture or whatever, and then I swore I blinked, but I didn't. So then I go, and then I'm going off the stairs, and I trip on the last, because they're trying to give me a rose or, like, a flower thing, and I'm trying to go down the stairs without tripping and falling. So they gave me this rose, and I, like, take it, and, like, the diploma's, like, falling all out, and I'm, like, trying to hold everything together, and I end up tripping, and, like, I was like this, and I was like, oh. So I tried to, like, freaking hold everything together, and then, like, the people that noticed, they laughed, and I was like, man, I just tripped. Like, that's so embarrassing. I mean, hopefully that's the last trip ever out of high school. I tripped out of high school, I should say. So, you know, that's a lie, because I always trip. So, but whatever. And then other than that, pretty much everything that I do is embarrassing. So this really doesn't, you know, count really for anything. But I hope this did make you laugh. I hope, you know, makes you feel better about your situation, if anything. Like, dislike, subscribe, do what you want, because you're going to do it anyways. And, I guess I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!